It's that time again. It's Sunday afternoon here. It's time for another uneventful episode of this podcast, the first but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia, and your favorite podcast show that most people won't even bother to listen to, folks. And we got to talk about the week, of course. A couple things did happen. Monday, I did my open mic over at Weenie's, and I decided not to message anybody. The last couple of months, I was messaging comedians. I would message about 5 to 9 comedians to say, hey, tonight's the open mic. I would write a little joke. Well, this time I said, screw it. The turnouts have been going down and down. I'm not going to message anybody. So I get there early as usual. I set up the equipment, order some food, and usually at least one person will message me on Facebook or text me. I got no text, no messages, but I didn't message anybody, so I expected that. So all of a sudden, this guy calls me 2 weeks ago. Let's call him L. And he goes, hey, Josh, he never calls me on Facebook. He goes, I'm going to start a singles event to get more people to come out on the next open mic. It's on the 14th, right? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, well, this girl from Indiana already blocked me. She hates my sense of humor, but we should have about 10 people there. I said, all right, man, sounds like a good idea. Thanks. He goes, all right, I'll see you. So about 7:30ish, I go to take a pee, and I see this woman come in with a leopard top, and she looked like one of these weird meetup people. And I go, I think the meetup group's here. So I start seeing these meetup group people, but no comedians. So all of a sudden, 7:30 comes by, 7:40 comes by, 7:45 comes by. Sign-up start at 7:30. Nobody comes in. Finally, 2 comics walk in. This woman, Colleen, who comes to my mic, and this guy I talked about, John C. Riley. They come, and I go, oh, at least I got 2 comics. Then the guy, L, he's there. So I had 3. Another comic comes in, Matt Beck, who put me on his show at Crooked Eye Bro. He actually gave me my last paid show like almost 8, 9, 10 years ago. I haven't seen him in a long time. I go, hey, man. He goes, yeah, I want to check out the show. I go, oh, yeah, check it out. And then this comic, TK Hilarious, comes in, but he ended up leaving. He had a family emergency, so he leaves. And now, next thing you know, I had 4 comics. So I had 7 comics in July, then 6 in August, then 5 in September, and I had 4 in October. It's going down. Next open mic, folks, I'm going to have 3. So anyways, I put my my wig on, you guys saw in the video, the YouTube shorts, which we'll talk about later, and the sunglasses, and the blue velvet suit jacket. And, I decided to put 2 cameras on each side of the room. My 4K camera on the left side of the room, and then my other camera on the right side of the room. So we had about 10 audience members from the meetup group, which was pretty cool, because usually we have no audience. But in the middle of my set, the mic cord was messed up. I had a faulty mic cord. So I was so embarrassed. I had to stop the show, go in the closet thing, get another mic cord out. That took like a minute and a half, and then get back to my stupid jokes. And I'm in costume and everything. So then I start the show. We only had 4 comics, ended early, and this one woman wanted to go up. She was a nurse, so she tells one joke. She gets off stage, and I was making fun of her Philly accent, because she was like, "Yeah, this guy had COVID." So I was like, "Isn't it hot when a Philly chick says COVID?" And then this black chick who used to do stand up years ago, she goes up and tells a story about how, I think she was a lesbian. She went to go talk to a girl at the bar. And she claims that she didn't like black girls, but the woman got uncomfortable and told the bartender, she's bothering me. So she tried to make it a racial thing, but the woman just probably wasn't a lesbian and didn't know why this black woman was talking to her anyways. So even if you count those 2 and say there's 6 comics, low turnout with the comics, but we had a good size audience. And so that happened Monday night. And then Thursday, I went back to that open mic in Bristol. And I was there alone. I was sitting there, and then the cookie said she was going to show up, and the cookie did show up. She made me go outside in the cold and asked me about a dress or something. I'm drunk. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's, of course, yelling at me and such. Why didn't you answer my messages, blah, blah, blah. So she goes up first and does her set, and at first they weren't listening to her for like the first minute. But then she got their attention because she used to be a teacher, folks. And then they started listening to her, and she got some good laughs. And then I went up after her, and I didn't write anything. So I started talking about that Liam Payne guy who died. He committed suicide. I said, I guess he jumped in one direction. And then I said, his name was Liam Payne. I guess he didn't feel any pain. And that kind of made the crowd. And I made a joke about Kamala Harris. I said, you guys ready for Kamala Harris? She's going to be our first trans president. And only one guy laughed, and the rest of them were uncomfortable. Oh, it was a lot of fun, folks. So I only got one joke. They got a good laugh. The rest of the jokes were kind of like, I did about 7 minutes off the top of the head. And it was a decent night. I had 2 beers. I tried their burger. The burger took a half an hour. And the guy who was the chef was the brother of the host. So people were complaining about their food, and this guy's up there singing a song. So I got on stage. I said, hey, pal, my burger took a half an hour. Get back in the kitchen and make my burger. This guy's singing a fucking medley. I thought that was kind of funny. So anyways, that's all that really happened. And then Saturday night, I went to the gym. That was last night. And then I went to the Target parking lot. I went across the boulevard to go to Steve Steaks. And at first, and then they were packed. So then I go back across the boulevard to go to Chipotle. This woman's in line in front of me. She orders 2 burritos. They ran out of cheese. She decides they don't want the burritos, so they take the chicken off the burritos and put it back in the chicken thing. So I walked out of line. I was like, screw that. So then I go back across the boulevard, again for the 3rd time in a row. I'm surprised I'm alive right now. I ended up going to Chick-fil-A, and I got a whole bunch of food for like $18. It didn't even fill me, folks. It was like I ate a snack. Plus, I just came back from the gym, so I was really hungry. And then, that was it. I pretty much sat in the Target parking lot. I didn't do much. And that was my fun Saturday night. And that's it for the week. As you guys saw, the YouTube shorts, I was so weird. I uploaded one of the shorts on Tuesday. I got no views, which is not surprising. So I waited about an hour. I put it on private. And then I uploaded again with a different title. Nothing. So the next day, I made another new video, the 4K video you saw, the 2 jokes. And all of a sudden, a couple hours later, I started getting views for the first video. I'm like, what the? And then the next morning, I started getting views for the second video. I was like, what the hell's going on with YouTube? Nobody can figure out their algorithm. It doesn't make any sense. And then I did the prank call show this week. And if you guys remember during the show, there was this woman from Albany. She said, call me Sunday at like 3 o'clock. And we'll meet up for the chicken pot pie thing. So if you guys see the video for that, that means I called her and she picked up. If you don't see the video, that means I called her and she didn't pick up. But anyways, folks, I've been yapping. Then again, it is my podcast. I'm supposed to yap. But I'm not going to do any public freakout commentary. It's all political stuff. And there was a heckler video I was going to play with this comedian, Darren, who was on BET's Comic View. He's a ginger guy. He had a Trump supporter guy and a black woman almost fight at a show because he was doing political humor. I was going to play it, but I decided not to. So we're just going to skip that segment and get right to the odd news. Boss laid off staff member because she returned from maternity leave pregnant again. I guess you can't repeat a mistake, especially if there's cum in the womb. That wasn't a good joke. I don't even know what that means, so I'm just saying things. New Zealand airport limits drop off hugs to 3 minutes. Oh yeah, something about you can hug someone for 3 minutes. If you're a man and you hug a woman for 3 minutes, you're a creep. Because that means you're trying to make yourself hard, you know? Our son died. Now we can use his sperm to have a grandchild. That's disgusting. So this kid died, and the parents wanted him to have kids so bad, they took out his sperm out of his sack. I guess you could say that the dumb fucking sperm comes off the dumb tree. There's a joke there somewhere. I don't know. Japanese workers turn to resignation agencies to quit jobs, and it shows a bunch of Japs. That sounds racist to say Japs, but there's a bunch of Japanese people at the window, and these people behind the desk are like, what the hell? AI control robots can be hacked, posing serious risk. Yeah, so I hacked this AI robot to make me an extra chicken sandwich. Man falls from 3rd floor food court at Trump Tower. I guess someone took his lunch break a little too seriously. Yeah, that was alright. 81-year-old Covington woman votes for the first time. I'm going to vote for the first time in my life. Well, who'd you vote for? That's the question. Weathers Candy introduces jeans with 30 pockets, which can hold 1 caramel each. Those aren't cargo jeans. Those are candy jeans. Yum, yum, yum. Man caught with cocaine, meth, and stolen vintage X. Man #1 comic in Georgetown. In Brazil, a man was arrested for giving alcohol and marijuana to a monkey. Well, I guess he didn't have any bananas, So he got the monkey high as bananas. 7-year-old crashes one bus into another during an apparent train in Missouri. The wheels on the bus go into a bus. I haven't had one good joke yet, folks. Well, that's the show, usually. First station in West Germany burns down because it had no fire alarm. Someone burned the bridge. Yeah, that was alright. Students raise privacy concerns over using QR codes to get into bathrooms. Yeah, I would probably shit my pants if that happened to me. You gotta take a big stinky dump. You're trying to get the QR code. It's not scanning. Come on, I got a log coming out here, folks. Chick-fil-A trip ends in $5,000 fine for a driver. Yeah, I hope he wasn't driving on Sunday because they're not open. California driver nabbed for using carpool lane with plastic images. Shows a skeleton thing for Halloween in the passenger seat. Well, I guess he got ghosted by the police. Yeah. Hippo splashes horrified visions with lottery feces in Indiana Zoo. Say that for the poop show. College program cast member caught performing an intimate act at a Disney Springs parking garage. Australia's Northern Territory resumes jailing 10-year-olds. Woman says she's charged for flushing toilet paper into a metro apartment. It says no toilet paper in the toilet. Well, if you put the poopy toilet paper in the bin, you can smell the poopy paper. It tasted good. Hunter eats goose being tracked by Irish school children. There's a lot in that story there. I can't. Irish man survives a 650 feet fall from a volcano with just cuts and bruises. It was rescuers with smoking a cigarette under a rock. So that guy just bruised that one off. Blaze destroys €1 million German fire station that had no alarms. Let's see. Medical students stumble upon a strange case with a man with 3 penises. So that guy, they say if you have a penis, you have a big penis, you have 3 legs. Well, that guy must have 6. Well, we don't know if the penis is big or not. So let's not ask that question. Iranian hackers act as brokers, selling critical and fracture access. Airlines captain grounded after locking out a female co-pilot. Was he going MGTOW, bros? China employees hacked and celebrities. Georgia sheriff calls deputies to help after becoming upset that he got his Burger King order wrong. Burger King gets every order wrong. You can go there and just order a basic meal. There's something in the fries there, folks. There's not something in the air. There's something in the fries. Maxwell the cat goes viral for assaulting other felines in his neighborhood. That pussy. That's a hack joke. Obvious jokes to say pussy. 2 U.S. boys died in separate Halloween hayride tractor incidents. I guess they weren't a needle in the haystack. That's terrible. Woman in India miraculously survives a water tank falling on her moments after making a temple donation. So I guess she drunk her way to safety. A restaurant apologizes after reenactors dressed as Nazis died inside in Massachusetts. Zig Heil. Minnesota teacher clinches pumpkin way off with a 2,000-pound winner. Lizzo? Alright, leave her alone. She lost weight. Come on. She's trying. Cheated alleged after man's world conquer champion found with a steel chestnut. He kind of looks like Willy Wonka, this guy. Al Pacino says it's fun to be a new dad at 84. He's gonna die soon, that's why. A woman calls 911 when 100 aggressive raccoons show up in her yard. Actual raccoons, by the way. I ate every... Okay. High court rules calling a man bald is considered sexual harassment. Well, if that's the case, then Stone Cold Steve Austin must have been... Alright, folks, we got one more news site to get to. And then we're going to wrap this up. The passcode, if you're still listening, is END. E-N-D. Musician arrested for using AI songs about army to scam Spotify millions. I think I read that last week. There's not a lot here. Kanye West told his wife censoring to get intimate with her mother while she watched. That Kanye West is always up to something, isn't he? He might be a president for 8 years, I don't know. Homosexual lesbian spirits must be... Okay, that's it. There's not much on the other website. So, folks, that's it. I thank you, folks, for listening. I'll see you all on the next one. And you just listened to... And we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.